Welcome back to part 3 of Look at All the Junk I Bought. That's essentially what it is. Next item. Oh, I forgot to mention in the last video the frequency counter. I don't think I mentioned how much I paid for it, and I honestly don't remember. I think I either paid $5 or $10 for it. One or the other. This next paperweight. I've been wanting one of these. Of course, I have absolutely no idea where I'm putting it on my workbench. My workbench has changed dramatically since I first assembled it and first showed you. That's right, videos coming out, new test gear that has changed my workbench around, and I'm still needing more junk, and I'm still needing more space. I got a lot of cool junk. This next item I wanted, kind of trolling loosely for one. The ham swap in Minden is where I got this next item, but it just dawned on me. The first ham swap I ran into and met Lucky Larry's brother, Ron. And he was speaking Portuguese, and you know, not too many people speak Portuguese. And so I was looking at something, and I overheard him talking, and I stopped what I was doing, and I looked up, and I asked him, in Portuguese? Tu fala in Portuguese? And he said, "Si, yes." So we started rapping a fat jam. And so he told me to stand by a minute. And he reached for his phone, and he called Lucky Larry and told him, "Guess who I'm speaking with?" So that was kind of cool. Like I said, that was swap meet just before my surgery, so I was wearing sunglasses and everything. It was hard for me to see, but I look cool being blind. So there's that factor. Anyway, shut up. Here we go. This big boy. Got this at Minden swap meet. And look, it too has a plug on it. Nothing exciting. It says connected to grounded outlet. It is a analog power supply. And the only thing I could see, and honestly, I don't know if it works. Haven't plugged it in yet, but we are going to find out. Is we have a switch right here that takes you from voltage to current. It's no big deal. eBay is your friend. You'll get plenty of those. So it is 0 to 50 volts DC, all the way up to 0 to 750 mega amps. And you know it's mega because it's the capital M. So that's got to be mega, right? So name brand on this is Trigon Electronics. Never heard of it. One of these, as you see, it's we got dual positive and negative. So I would imagine that, I don't know, maybe it'll work as a dual power supply. I will have to find out. I don't see any dual power supply controls, so maybe one control will control both parts, because as you see, maybe you can see, we do have a little wire jumper from negative to negative, positive to positive. So I will have to experiment to see what's happening. And on the back here we have Trigon Electronics, Roosevelt, New York. And then the serial number and some plugs there and a fuse. Again, not played with this, have no idea anything. Looks like I have a little damage right here on the case. And then we have a call sign up top in a blue or green Sharpie, or is it Sharpay I get them confused. That's off. Down, down, down. Plug it in, blow it up. You know, my digital workbench power supply is fine. It works fine. But as you know, sometimes it's just nice to have analog. I have a nice leather strap up there. Very nice. A little dusty. I have a tag here. A bunch of scribbly gunk. So I have no idea. Meter saw intermittent, and then over top in red it says repaired. Down here it says I put in a new meter and calibrated. Okay. Is that Kentucky? I don't know. And a service tag here on the front, dated 9/8 of 04 in pencil. Alright, so I have it plugged in, turned on. Or the terminal strip over there turned on. Let's go ahead and flick the big switch. Got a light. No hum. It's actually really quiet. It looks like it's in the voltage up. So adjust the current. Okay, let's adjust the voltage vernier. Oh, I'm a dork. Didn't see this one. Meter switch, amps, volts. So the regulator is voltage current. So I wonder if this is a regulated power supply. I don't see anything else other than that verbiage right there. I like that big light switch. I wish it was a little older, you know, the old school jewel, but that'll work. Alright, here we go again. Throw it to volts and volt adjust. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's that? You want me to bump you in so you can see? Okay. Oh, too close. Alright, so adjust this. I'm not sure what that does. Voltage vernier. You hear that? And you feel that in your hand too. It's that kind of feedback. Looks like it might be a fine tune for the meter, for the voltage out. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So the meter here goes from 0.8 on the bottom and 50 on the top. Wow, that is really, really super cool. I like that. You can fine tune in what you're after. Where on my other one, it's, you know, hope the control don't slide all over the place. But I do have future plans of upgrading to a better workbench. Well, everything. So, very cool. Let me see if I can get this switch. Nope. So, future repair. Alright, onward and awkward to the next item. Oh, the price I paid for that power supply? My favorite kind of price. Free. They were giving it away. So I jumped all over it. Alright. Any guesses? Any ideas? Some of you already know. This is a Midland 13-877. It is a... I have no idea what it is. I mean, I know what it is. It is a 23-channel CB radio with clock. AM only, no sideband. It looks like we do have a SWR bridge in it. And that pot is a little wiggly. So we'll have to get in there and tighten up the nut. We got squelch, or as we used to call it, squash, volume, and delta tune, which seems to be, need to pull that off and recalibrate that, recenter. And we got noise limiter, power, microphone, and headphone. Wow, microphone is wow, okay. Tip ring maybe. Didn't even pay attention to that, to tell you the truth. This is a base mobile. And as you can see, it's in really nice condition. This is going to be from the 70s. Yeah, I got a question for you guys. I'd like to know, you see this coloring? How do you get that coloring? I'm sure it's part of the process of heating and cooling down, or bluing or tinning or whatever you call it, but can that be replicated? Sometimes I come across gear, old gear, that is really ugly and rusted or whatnot. And I'm just kind of curious if that could be duplicated. Can it happen? On the back here we have a TVI trap, antenna, antenna loading. Oh, wow. PA speaker, external speaker, fuse, mains cord, and DC cable. So you can put this in your car, because as you noticed on the side here, we do have holes for a mounting bracket. So let's go ahead and plug this guy in and see what happens. Can you see that? There. That's what I paid for it. $5. Again, I was all over it. Not really into CB per se. I do have several in my collection. I have several bases. Well, not a lot of bases. But what I got? I have two other bases. I have an SBE something or another. 23 channel that's been modded with Crystal Bank. And then I have some kind of Dynascan product, President, an older President from the 80s. Can't remember. So anyway, let's go ahead and plug this in, see what happens. Since I don't have a microphone for it, I can't plug it in. I mean, I can plug it in, I can't test it. Anyway, the clock is working, which is rather amazing, because a lot of these old clocks, just like any old clock, stops working. So I don't know how accurate it is. Let's go ahead and throw the switch, see if we have any idiot lights. And we do have, this is probably not going to show up well because I got two overhead lights above, but we do have some dim lights here not illuminated, not illuminated. Again, I don't know if this is supposed to be illuminated. We have a really nice green illuminated power indicator. I like this. And we're going to have a receive and a transmit probably. So turn down the squelch. I know you can't hear it. I do have volume up. No aerial. Let me take this aerial from the ham radio I used. Oh, watch your ears. It might be noisy or loud or both. Something. Hold on, gotta repair my antenna. It's falling apart. There we go. So we got that pulled up just a little bit. And you heard all the noise in this office. That's horrible. That's why I can't do anything in here. You could always count on Super Bowl, can't you? I got this little antenna up just barely, and I hear activity on Super Bowl. Let me go up all the way, which is what, 1.5 2 foot antenna. Super Bowl. Of course, they shut up when I want to listen. Okay, that's the PA. They're just barely in the mud. Okay, I could mark that off my list as a radio that works. Now, even if you're not into CB, you know, you could pick this junk up cheap like this. It'd be your best interest too. One, it gives you a lot of parts, and two, it gives you a practice subject. Get in there and see if you can try to fix it. Even if you have no desire to use the dumb thing, it's practice. But I tell you, these meters, they're getting expensive. Just any meter out of anything, expensive. So $5, I definitely got my money there. I got a nice project box if I wanted to gut this. Knobs, you know, I could resell the knobs, make my money. So, cool. Okay. Let me pause the camera just temporarily. I need to move stuff out of my way. You know what? Let me move this out of the way. I could do one thing because I do have it right here on my desk. Turn my light back on. This is also something I picked up at the Minden, Nevada ham swap. I didn't even pay attention to what it was. A couple of girls was hawking items for free. It was this item and about 5 or 6 vintage. It was either Heathkit or something alike faceplates for could have even been Helicrafters radios. I should have took the faceplates, you know, they were free. I should have, but at the time I had my hands full, and I thought, oh, okay, another voltometer I will add to my collection. It wasn't until actually I was getting ready for to do this video today, that I grabbed this and put it on my desk, that I actually sat and looked at it and saw what it was. This is not a voltometer. This is actually a RCA WT501 alpha. It is a transistor tester, in circuit, out of circuit. So I don't have any of the cables. They didn't have any of the cables to offer, and so it looks like it's just standard B and C connections, so it wouldn't be all that hard to make up. So I will definitely do that. Don't know if there's batteries in there. It is kind of a heavy thing, like maybe there is batteries or battery. I don't know if it's tube. I don't know anything about this. I haven't researched. So it covers PNP and NPN, of course, and then we got the two sockets here as well as our clips there. So this is really cool. I'll add this to my collection of transistor testers. I've got two Syncores. Of course, they need to be repaired, but I got them. I got at one of my earlier ham swaps. One day I'll have time to dork with them. And I got a Radio Shack, which is what I've used mostly, you know, the idiot light. Match them that way. So yeah, this is very cool. Alright, let me go ahead and clean my desk off and move things out of my office, so I could bring more junk to you. Stand by. My wife goes with me to all this stuff. She supports me a whole bunch, and we have a grand time doing all this junk. She is really super duper cool. I know a lot of guys, they get grief from their YL, but not me. I'm probably one of the luckiest guys around. I can tell you that much for sure. So, you know, she tries to take interest into all the junk that I do, and so I try to teach her a lot of things and whatnot. And she goes to these swap meets a lot of time bored, but she looks around. Sometimes she finds things for herself, or she'll just, you know, try to appease me. So one of the things she brought to me, she said, "What do you think of this? How much do you think this is worth?" There was no price on it. She said, "How much would you pay for this?" I said, "I tell you what, you go over there and you tell the guys you're going to give them $5. Don't offer. Tell them you're going to give them $5. And she just kind of looked at me. She said, "Yeah, do it. Go over there." So she did. She came back, and we're the proud owner of this for $5. Now, do I need this? No. Do I need a lot of this? No. But she was happy. She was excited. And just now taking this out of the box for the first time. This is a reel-to-reel of some sort. A 2-speed transistor tape recorder TR-403 by JVC. AC adapter or batteries, microphone switch, foot switch. Uses standard pinlight batteries, 6 of them. 2 recording speeds, 3 3/4 and 1 7/8. That's cool. I'll tear it out of the case here in just a moment. There's the foot control switch with writing in the book, of course. Gee, dude, can't you remember? Talks about how to splice your tape and now I don't necessarily have reels for this. God, red everywhere, dude. Buy a valve, get a clue, solve the puzzle. Don, I'm a junk collector, sent me some tape a while ago, but not necessarily for this one. I do have a Sony 3-speed vintage tape deck that I will be looking at sometime down the road. I'm not going to open that up, but I honestly don't know what it is, other than a box wrapped in paper. I don't know if that's padding or what. That's padding. I told Doug Moslack that I had one similar to his, and Dave, gosh, I can't remember your YouTube name, DV55. He's been waiting for me to do mine. I watched him restore his, and I tell you, that guy is just so full of talent. Oh, microphone. Probably going to be a crystal element. 4-blade. Wow, this is really, really nice. So the tape that Don had sent me, I don't think it'll fit in this because they're bigger spools. Hasn't even been opened. I'm not sure what's in there. I'm not going to open it. I will read the book, see what it says that I have for accessories. Or what accessories came with it. That's kind of cool. Heavy. Really nice, clean case. This is, it is leather on the bottom. And I'm sure it's also on the top, but it feels like, almost like vinyl on the top. See, the snaps are in really good condition. You don't see no stress on them. And like I said, you're seeing this for the first time with me. Nice big speaker, and it does get loud. At least that's the word on the streets anyway. It does get loud. On top we have embossed numbers, 0 to 10. This is really nice, coating on there. Reminds me of those, radios from the 40s. We have external supply, out, microphone, and MSW, microphone switch. Not sure if my, well, yeah, you can see it. On the other side here, we've got 3 3/4, 1 7/8, and then it's duplicated over there. Wow, this is This is very, very clean. I would almost say museum quality. Let's see, some little debris from dirt, so good little wiping. Your typical ZU battery meter. Well, I would imagine it's battery. I'm not seeing anything that says it's not. Pinch roller does have some wear, but it's nothing major. Push this button in and then swing it over for record. That's really nice. So we'll do a review on this at a later point, and we'll test it out and see what it does. I do see some scuff marks here, so it's not exactly 100% museum quality. And I got a little scuff here. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty awesome. The leather case is hard. We've got felt on the inside, so when I sit down to play with this, I will wipe it down with some leather cleaner. And you know, I totally forgot, I do have another vintage reel-to-reel that I bought many years ago, and I just have not had time to get to it, to review it, to play with it, anything. But I should probably just buy me test tape anyway. I think that did come with tape, but we will box needs a little tape. Although I didn't find it in its bag. You saw exactly how I pulled it out. That's how we bought it. I'm sure the bag probably goes the other way. Do this for dust collection, and once I go through it, test it out, I will put it on the correct way. Very cool. I'm going to say that thing that wrapped up in paper is just probably a bumper. Yeah. Perfect. Take some clear tape to the box and fix that up. Okay, so yeah. What to do. Let me pause, let me put this up, I'll be right back.